When rescuing parrots, you see many things: suffering, neurosis, and psychosis. Often I see eyes darkened by futility. They have given up. They have reached the point where they would rather die than continue living. Life has become a living hell, where the one they wanted to love has turned into a demon. Because of that demon, they become raving, screaming creatures that would do anything to make the pain stop. They live in a nightmare world. This is how those who gave Bob up probably felt. No, I'm not talking about Babalu. I'm describing those 8 families who tried and failed to live with him. They never dreamt that that sweet-looking, cuddly cockatoo they brought home would turn them into awful, spiteful people who throw things at cages and yell, "Stop it!" Many may have abandoned Babalu to his cage because they were afraid of another bite. Many may have covered his cage to stop his incessant screaming. I think most of them felt contempt for themselves. They hated what they had become. In the end, they gave him back to the rescue organization that was trying to find him a home. They returned Babalu and went back to their lives. They no longer had to try to outwit the harpy that had stolen their peace. Bob's eyes, those knowing and intense eyes, no longer look at them with reproach from behind bars. His beak no longer threatens them with pain. The nightmare is over.
Ow!
It is ignorance of Bob's nature, ignorance of the preventative measures, ignorance of the antidotes that turned Babalu into a living gargoyle. Ignorance is not inborn. We must treat ignorance with the salve of education. Babalu takes people by surprise. At first he seems safe enough behind those metal bars, and most people find those bars comforting. I can bring him out when I feel like it, and then put him back. No one warned them that having a parrot is like having a 5-year-old with a pair of pliers and a foghorn. No one mentioned that Babalu is among the last of the true dinosaurs, and reminded them of what happened in Jurassic Park. No one told them that you can break his spirit, but he will always be wild. Unwittingly, it is likely that most people sexually aroused Babalu by petting him down the back or under his wings, bringing out his protective instincts. There are so many pitfalls in dealing with a cockatoo that in a short time Babalu began to bite, to scream, and to act like an angry child. It wasn't Babalu's fault, and since the people had no idea what a parrot is, it wasn't their fault either. Babalu can bring out the worst in those who do not understand his nature, the nature of a cockatoo. Only education can change the vicious cycle of adoption, fear, loathing, and relinquishment. Bob's would-be parents made a hasty choice and found themselves in living hell, torn between guilt and frustration. The more we educate others, the less suffering there will be on both sides. I have seen the joy in Babalu's eyes now that he has a new life with me as his companion. For me, nothing compares to that feeling. To see Babalu love and trust again is worth the effort of a lifetime. But, once again, Bob is heading toward the pain of separation. My heart nearly broke the day I discovered that he was heading toward a cloacal prolapse, that his life will be cut short. To find love and acceptance and then have it stolen away from you by failing health is too much to bear. We can slow the progress of his failing health, but we can't stop it. He will need several surgeries, and eventually Babalu will die. We want to give him the best possible life until that day. His surgeries will become progressively more expensive over time. Won't you please lend Babalu a hand and donate to his medical fund today? Our donation button is on our webpage at www.chloesanctuary.org. Just be sure to say, "For Bob," in the notes when you donate.